Welcome. This is the Sunday, April 19th edition of my vlog, and I have done this entire video twice now, and one glitch or another is making me do it now a third time. Please let this be the final time, or I'm going to lose my frickin' mind. Let me share, because we got a lot to cover today. Let me share the screen with the fact that today is the Hormuz and the News You Can't Snooze edition, the Sunday weekend wrap up of the news of the past week. The biggest news of the past week, without a doubt, was the President of the United States announcing that the Strait of Hormuz is open. Yay! And everything has been solved. Awesome. Good job, Mr. President. You are Jesus. You are awesome. Woohoo! And so, I wake up, I see that, and I open an app to see that yes, boats are going through. Everything is awesome. Yes. And of course, that was only for a few hours. Every time there is news coming out of the White House, there are people in the White House who profit from it. Ed Elson of the excellent podcast Prof G Markets is following this closely. And one of the things he likes to point out is that people are using Polymarket and Kalshi, which is futures prediction markets, or making a bet on the overall stock market or the overall oil market, and using those futures contracts as a way to profit big time. And this is market manipulation. It's totally illegal. And the next time there is a Democrat in the White House, their attorney general will have the ability to go back and prosecute. And so, I, unless the next Democrat is dumb enough to appoint Merrick Garland, there will be some prosecutions. There will be some perp walks on this, guaranteed. Now, one of the reasons that I got so upset this past week is the fact that there is a cumulative effect of all the oil that has not been produced. It's just a fact. You can't go back in time and have these countries of the Middle East that have not been able to produce oil suddenly ramp up and produce all the oil that they couldn't produce during the past month and a half. It's not available to them. And so I like this meme of when gas hits $10 a gallon, it's Mohawks and ashless chaps time. Gas is not going to hit $10 a gallon. It's not going to happen, but I still think this is a funny meme to share. Now, every country of the Middle East uses the excess money that they bring in order to make their country better off. So Qatar invested in beIN, the media network, the sports media network that is rivaling ESPN. And they also invested in Al Jazeera, a news website, news agency that is seen as a credible news agency around the world. Saudi has invested into several different things, and one of the things they've invested in is what's called Live Golf. Live is the Roman numerals, LIV is 54 in Roman numerals, and they invested billions of dollars into this, and that gave them the ability to offer purses that were just astronomically higher than what's available in the PGA, the American Golf Association. Anyhow, I don't follow golf at all, could not care less. I would rather watch on a Sunday afternoon, I'd rather watch a World War II documentary than watching golf any Sunday. But now it appears that Saudi has realized that maybe this wasn't such a good investment. And for that, I am happy because this is what's known as sports whitewashing, using the money that you've gained to try to increase your country's visibility in a positive way. And I'm happy to see if Live Golf fails, I'm okay with that. The UAE has taken some of their money and decided to invest into social media promoting patriotism. So you can buy I Stand with UAE shirts, hats, a whole bunch of different things. You can buy that say I stand with UAE. Interestingly, I asked several of my friends who are from various different countries, from Egypt, Lebanon, India, Pakistan, uh, just Sudan, Ethiopia, just countries all over. I'm asking to see what their social media is showing them. They're all showing the exact same picture that I'm seeing, which, if you can notice on this, there is no diversity. It is a whole bunch of people who look like me. And I'm not sure how it says to somebody from Sudan, I want to buy a shirt that says I stand with UAE when you don't see a single person of color in any of the advertisements. So interesting choice. Anyhow, I like the idea of showing patriotism to the UAE, and it's real. Like, this is being shared by lots and lots of people, that people are excited to show some patriotism to the UAE. Not a bad use of money. Just wish they showed some diversity. Harvard has estimated that the war right now could be summed up as a $1 trillion war. When you factor in all the different costs of the US taxpayer, it could hit $1 trillion. And if it goes on much longer, it will exceed $1 trillion. Keep that in mind. Whenever anybody says, well, we had to do this. No, we did not have to do this. This was a war of choice, and it's now costing $1 trillion. So the president sent J.D. Vance. He sent his trusty vice president out to try to help Viktor Orban in Hungary, try to get reelected. Orban went down in flames, and then he flew straight from Hungary onto Iran, where he negotiated nothing, got nothing done. And so JD, being the, you know, he converted to Catholicism just a couple of years ago. So of course, the next assignment for JD is to take on the Pope. And so JD decided to lecture the Pope on theology. And I love this meme where it says, they touch one hair on that Pope's head, and all of us non-Catholics, non-Christians, pagans, agnostics, atheists, Jews, Muslims, and free thinkers all ride at dawn. Are you with me? And the fact is, everyone agrees on this. I scoured my MAGA friends' Facebook pages to see if any of them agreed with Trump's war on the Pope, Trump's war on Catholicism. None. Absolutely none. In fact, two of my MAGA friends were sharing memes making fun of JD for doing this. So, good job. Good job, Mr. President. Good job, Vice President Vance. Good job. I love this one just because, hundreds have been, not hundreds, dozens have been shared with me. Lots of people feel the need to share it with me, and so my inbox has just been full. I just like this one. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a savior, because I'm a Trek guy, and so I just like this one. The best overall is this one, where it shows Charlie Kirk as an angel, because, he's a guy who got assassinated. Then you have Trump as Jesus, and he's treating Jeffrey Epstein. And then as you go clockwise around, you have Viktor Orban, who just got voted out in Hungary, Vladimir Putin. Then you have Erica Kirk, who's gone a bizarre route since her husband died. We all grieve in different ways. Erica's decided to go the WWE way of grieving. You can just YouTube her and WWE. You'll see everything she enters, every announcement she does it like she's doing a World Wrestling event. And then you have Ghislaine Maxwell and, of course, Bibi Netanyahu. I love this meme. I need to make this my wallpaper. The good news for us Democrats is the fact that of the people who are willing to strongly support and say, if the election were held today, I will vote for a Republican for a member of Congress or for the Senate. So, in other words, where are they going to vote in November? Every generation, except one, is now below 50% in their support for the Republicans. The one generation that is at 54% is my generation, Gen X. It's still April. There's time for even my generation to come to our senses. But regardless, this is very good news for my party. We're seeing a sea change here that is greater than happened in 2018 when Democrats retook the House and the Senate. Changing topics. Norway has decided to get iPads out of elementary schools, which I think is an excellent idea. Technology in elementary, not a great idea. I support getting technology above elementary. Okay, there's some use for it. I can see, and I have a bestie who's teaching middle school and whatever, and we've in high school, and we've discussed where it's appropriate. But if there's one thing we've definitely learned, we gave access to cocaine to children by their ability to stay away from technology. Their minds aren't formed enough. We have not done a good job taking care of our children. So, yay for Norway. Yay for the schools who have decided to not allow access to phones during the day. Yay to Australia and other countries that are looking at that have implemented no social media under the age of 16. Yay for it all. I wish more countries and more states would follow along. Because I consider this a very serious topic within economics, the United States, by our laws, allows each state to set their own rules on many different things. So a couple of states have decided to raise their minimum wage substantially. Iowa went the other direction. Iowa decided that $7.25 an hour was just too much to ask an employer to pay a teenager. So a teenager in Iowa can make a couple of dollars less. Show me what teenager is willing to work for roughly $5 an hour. I'd like to see it. I'd like to know they can mow my lawn and my house back home if you find that teenager. That teenager does not exist. Anyhow, so what's the effect of having a $20 an hour minimum wage? Well, prices went up in California by 1.5% more than they would have otherwise. That's it, 1.5%. That is less than the price increase due to Trump's war of choice. Meanwhile, people in California are now the lowest wage possible is $20 an hour. Woohoo! That's awesome. Good for them. On Tuesday, I attended a free webinar, and in the free webinar, it told me what I need to know as an expat, what I need to know about taxes and investment as an expat. And in that 1 hour webinar, I learned absolutely nothing that I didn't get from Gemini telling me a better answer in 3 seconds. So you get what you pay for. Free is free. As I keep saying here, if you don't like my vlogs, your money back. This past week, the outgoing student body president at declared Flunk Day. Flunk Day is a day where all classes are canceled. There are no tests. No professor can force you to turn anything in. It is Flunk Day and everything is canceled. I had the honor of calling Flunk Day in 1991. It was not a great day, but the day it was called this week, it rained and was really not a good day. So yet another day that was worse than mine, even though it seems that everybody from my era seems to remember mine as the worst ever. It really wasn't. And for the record, back then, people just got drunk and, drunk and classes are canceled. Woohoo! I'm not sure what students do today. Their social media file, this Co's social media thing showed students having a good time. Okay, yay. Wish them all well. Flunk Day is a great tradition, and it's something that makes me proud to be a Cohawk. And you'll hear more about mine in 2 weeks when it's the anniversary of mine. Let it go, Steve. Let it go. On the same day that Flunk Day was happening, there was a cat wanting to destroy my home. So as you look at this, you see the town of Vinton on there. I grew up just below that is my home. So you see the paw of the cat about to wipe out my home. To my knowledge, Benton County did not get hit that hard, so I think most buildings in Benton County are still standing. No huge bad weather, but I just like this image of a cat about to destroy my home. And that's all the news I'm going to share today. I really do want there to be peace in the Middle East. It is where I'm living. I do want to see things go well. But the notion that the president could just magically get this agreement that is better than what Obama spent 8 or 9 months with his team negotiating with Iran, but Trump can get an agreement in hours, and the media and the markets just eat it all up like, woohoo, yay, happy days are here again, yay. If anything about this past week that should be a lesson for moving forward, there is nothing that this president says that should be trusted at face value. Ronald Reagan famously said, when it came to nuclear arms and negotiating with the Soviets, trust but verify. That's all I ask. When the president makes these proclamations, trust, although he's given no reason for anybody to trust but verify. The guy has lied so much at this point, I don't know how the media does not have that as their immediate reaction, but they haven't. I hope this next week brings us much better news. I hope by this time next week the strait is open and sunshine everywhere and hallelujah, it's all awesome. And I would love to be able to end doing daily vlogs, but not this week so far. Wish you well. Going back to themes per day. See you later. Please let this third time be good. No glitches. Please, please, please. Bye.